This is a lot more curl than normal for me, but my hair just dried super curly today, so we're rocking it. Hey guys, today I want to take you along as I switch over my clothes from cold weather clothes to warm weather clothes and just declutter my closet in the process. Twice a year I like being able to just swap over my clothes so that I can graduate from cold to warm or warm to cold weather clothes. But I also love taking the opportunity during that time to go through and just analyze all of the clothing that I own, figure out if there's anything that's not adding value for me anymore, and just take that opportunity to let go of those items. It's been really warm over the past few days here, so it's probably a little bit overdue for the switch over. So I'm super excited to get into this. But before we do, if we don't know each other yet, hi, my name is Ashlynne, and I make videos every week on this channel about minimalism, intentional living, and decluttering. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. Also, a big thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. We'll talk about them a little bit more later on, but let's get into this. Okay, so the first part of this process is to get everything out, cold and warm weather clothes, lay it all on the bed over here and be able to go through, look at it, declutter it, and also decide what of it I want to pack away into my colder weather bin. So let's throw everything on the bed to get started with. Okay, so we now have every single piece of clothing I have laid out here, minus bras, underwear, socks, and coats because they're kept in the coat closet. But literally everything else is here. Summer clothes, winter clothes, activewear, sleepwear, you name it. All on the bed. So the next part of this is going through and just looking at specifically the winter clothing and figuring out, did I wear these items enough to justify keeping them, or are they something that I want to let go of? I usually try to use the two criteria of do I use it and do I love it as being the deciding factors of whether or not I'm going to keep an item. So let's go through the winter clothing and figure that out now. Okay, and as I start decluttering, one thing that I really like to do is pop on a video or something to listen to. It just helps to keep my mind engaged while I'm decluttering. So like I said, I'm partnering up with Skillshare for this video. So the video I'm going to be watching today is YouTube Success, Building an Authentic Channel That's Worth a Follow. This is taught by Sorrel Amore. If you want to start a YouTube channel, have one, or looking to grow it, this is an incredible class. But whether you want to start a YouTube channel or not, Skillshare has thousands of amazing classes on everything from photography to illustration to organization and productivity and so much more. So over the past few weeks, especially while we've been cooped up at home, I have been really just diving into so many of these classes. It really is an amazing community that's helped me to stay inspired, express my creativity, and learn, which is so important during these times. So if you're interested in signing up or wanting to learn more, be sure to hit up that link I have in the description box. The first 1,000 people who sign up using that link are going to get their first 2 months of Skillshare for free. Be sure to check out that link in the description box. But let's get back to decluttering, pop on this video, and start the process.
How do you get sight through defense if you have to speak?
Okay, so we actually have a pretty big pile of things that I'm planning on decluttering. I actually went a little bit more in depth than normal for this particular declutter and decided to go through my activewear, professional clothing, and sleepwear as well, on top of my regular clothing declutter. So just quickly, I wanted to walk you guys through what items I'm choosing to get rid of and just kind of the reasoning behind each one. So let's get started with activewear. I'm going to be decluttering 2 items of activewear. The first off are these fleece-lined leggings, and while I do love a good pair of fleece-lined leggings for things like skiing or outdoor activities, I do live in North Carolina and owned 2 pairs. Although I used to live in Canada, I no longer do. So it just doesn't make sense for me to own 2 pairs anymore. Decided to get rid of one, keep the ones that I personally find a little bit more comfortable. And then the second item here is this New England Patriots long sleeve t-shirt. This shirt is always something that was just a little bit long on me, so even though I'm a big Patriots fan, I've decided to let go of this. Okay, this was a more recent thrift store purchase. The thrift store didn't let me try on the shirt, and when I brought it back, it didn't fit as well as I personally was hoping for, and I was unable to return it, so I'm just going to be redonating it back to the thrift store. It's not a huge loss. We have some Everlane skinny jeans here, and while I am a huge fan of Everlane skinny jeans, these are the kick crop style, and I've just come to terms with the fact that I love skinny jeans and have a really hard time wearing anything else. I'm either going to try selling these online, or I'm thinking I might also try kind of turning them into shorts. I do really like the high-waisted silhouette of them, and I think they look good on me. I just have a hard time with the kick crop style. So regardless, in their current form, they will not be staying in my wardrobe. Okay, next up we have 3 long sleeve shirts here, and these all don't really fit me very well in the bust. So for that reason, we'll be decluttering them. Okay, sweater number 1 is a fisherman style sweater that I absolutely love. However, it is a men's size large. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Jess with Les's Instagram, but she has a fisherman sweater that I love. That apparently she thrifted, so I was trying to find my own version of this, but just because it is so incredibly oversized, I only wore it probably 3 or 4 times over the course of the winter, which for me personally is not enough to justify keeping in my closet. I think that I'm going to redonate this one and hopefully see if I can thrift a perfectly fitting fisherman sweater for next season. This guy is another one that was bought secondhand, and it actually has a hole in the wrist right here, and then another one down here. And just because of the material of it, because it's a knit fabric, I do not personally feel confident in being able to stitch it closed so that it's not going to reopen in the future. So I'm going to be decluttering this guy. And then this is a sweater that was actually a hand-me-down from my dad like 10 years ago. I mean, it's definitely had several years of providing extreme value to my wardrobe, so I'm thankful for it, but I think it's finally time to let it go. And then this is actually a big one for me. These are 2 professional blazers, and I have always held on to a few items of professional clothing because there are a handful of times throughout the year where I actually need them, but those occasions are so few and far between that I've decided to reduce even further the amount of professional clothing I have to just having 1 blazer, 2 pairs of pants, and then I usually have a few shirts in my general wardrobe that I can wear with those items. So I definitely say that was a pretty successful declutter. Some of those items are things that I'd been humming and hawing about whether or not I should let go of them for quite a while now, and I'm glad that I, through filming this video, maybe had the courage to finally say farewell to them. So the next step here is to get out all of my spring clothing. I'll quickly go through that once again, and then also we're going to put all of that winter clothing back into that tub, and then the last step will just be to put everything away. Almost there. Okay, everything has now officially been sorted and gone through, and I do have a few extra things from my summer wardrobe that I've decided to declutter. First off, we have this blue shell. I was waiting for a long time to see when I finished my master's if I was going to get a more traditional job, but I think it's safe to say now that I love working from home and plan to do that for the foreseeable future. So I think we can let go of this guy just because I don't have enough opportunities where I can wear it. This was a kind of short sleeve shirt that I thrifted last year, and while I really enjoyed wearing it and wore it frequently last year, I think I wore it enough times that it was a pretty cheap material to begin with, but it is now pretty see-through. So I'm going to be decluttering this guy. A couple more items here. This dress is definitely too tight for me at the chest, and even though I love this stripy pattern, I think I'd rather just try to find something that is a little bit more flattering and maybe high quality on me as well. And then this is a very fun pink dress with a leaf print that I got when we went on vacation to Greece a couple years ago, and well, I've worn it a few times and I think it's really fun. I think that my style has just matured a little bit since the time when I originally bought this dress, and so I think it's okay to let go of it. We have this pair of shorts. I do plan on replacing it with another pair of basic black shorts, but this actually cuts into me pretty significantly at the hips. I might have just gained weight since I originally bought these, which is fine, but they don't fit me perfectly, so I think that I will let go of these and try to find a pair to replace them. So that is all my clothing for spring and summer. Let's go ahead and put this all away. Okay, so now that we are all finished, this is what the final product looks like in my closet. And this is, let me just zoom back a little bit, just like this very small corner of my closet, so we really don't take up much of the space in here. But this is where I keep my shorts, jeans, t-shirts, athletic clothes, and sleepwear are at the bottom there. Have all the dresses and rompers here, just because they need a little bit more space because they're longer, so we keep those separately here. And then over here we keep all of the tops and shirts. So I kind of have this organized by tank tops, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and then we keep the professional clothes towards the back just because I reach for them the least frequently. Have all the undergarments here, and then up here is where I keep all of my winter clothes. This is what it looks like when it is all put back. Okay, well, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely feeling really accomplished and proud of the work we did together. Before we wrap up, I did just want to share a few quick thoughts though. First off, if you're not currently keeping a seasonal wardrobe where you're at the very least dividing your clothing into warm and cold weather clothing, I highly recommend that you try doing this, especially if you have a minimal wardrobe. It can sometimes feel like you're rotating between the same few pieces of clothing time and time again. But if you put away some of your summer or winter clothing when it's not in season, it can be a really easy way to just feel like your wardrobe is refreshed as you get out that clothing. So that can just be a really easy and practical way of injecting some life into your wardrobe. Plus it means that when you're going to reach for clothing, you know that the clothing you are looking for is actually in season. And then the second quick thing that I wanted to share is that as we're decluttering and simplifying our wardrobes, it can be sometimes tempting to get caught up in this desire to count how many clothes that you have. And I would really discourage you from doing this. Instead, try to focus on figuring out if you love and use what you have and keep that, but anything that's not serving you, declutter that. Don't say, okay, I'm only going to own this number of items. That's honestly not a practical way of looking at your wardrobe. You want it to be something that serves you instead of you being a slave to the number of possessions you own in your wardrobe. So just a quick little tip there. Okay, that's everything for today's video. Thank you so much again to Skillshare though for sponsoring this video. And guys, if you're looking for some entertainment while decluttering or just to learn something new, Skillshare really is a fantastic platform to be able to learn about really anything that you're interested. So like I said, the first 1,000 people to check out the link in the description box below can get their first 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free. And if you made it to the end of this one, be sure to comment below and let me know what is your favorite item of clothing that you own in your wardrobe, or what do you get the most use from? I'd be really interested to hear your answer, so hit me up in the comments. That's it for now though. I hope this video encourages and inspires you to go out there and declutter your closet if, like me, it's been a little bit overdue for you. So happy decluttering. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.